Good morning, Bert Moreno Transmission Golf. We're going to talk about achieving the same goal but in two different ways, and I'll explain it this way. Do you want to be a golfer that swings like Fred Couples, at least in terms of what it looks like, or John Rahm today? And the funny thing is that it's the same coin, just two different sides, because what they're achieving is a forward-leaning club at contact, not straight up and down, which is what most golfers do. They actually hit the ball with their club shaft leaning forward, and they both utilize the loft of the club by rotating the club face around the axis to get more distance. It's just the way they use their hands that's different. So I'm going to show you a pitching wedge, a 7-iron, a 5-iron, and a driver using both techniques, but the real difference is how you use your hands. And the way I like to teach it is by cupping the wrist, which is making the back of your hand face you, and this hand inflexing towards you. This is dorsiflexion, this is dorsiflexion. And the way John Rahm does it the opposite way. He actually, if you want to call it, inflex his hand or closes the club face, and he does that at the same time. But they both drive their hands forward with the handle to achieve the shot. So this is the way I prefer, but it doesn't mean the way I prefer it is the only way to do it. It's just the way I like to do it. So let me show you what that looks like. All right, good solid shot. Easy for me to do. Now I'm gonna do a John Rahm where I close the club face and hit the same shot. They're both very effective. They both achieve the same thing. It's just, if you're like me in the 50s, I was more used to seeing Fred Couples hit the ball. I know how he uses his hands to manipulate the club face to put it on the back of the ball. And it just is easier for me to cup my wrist, keep it cupped, and then release it than it is to do a John Rahm, which is to actually, instead of cupping the wrist, close the wrist, get into the backswing, drive my hands forward, ahead. It is really the side of the same coin. We're all trying to achieve this in contact. I just prefer cupping it and then releasing it to it so I can get that forward leaning shaft. John Rahm, so to speak, presets it, gets it here, drives his hand forward, and it's here. You could use your body a little bit more with John Rahm. I'm not a big fan of that, but what he's really doing is driving his hands or the handle forward. Remember, you hold the handle, which controls the club face, and that's really the difference in golf. So you'll see some individual shots. You can make a decision on your own. But Bert Moreno Transmission Golf, two ways to achieve the same goal in totally different fashions of how you use your hands. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks.